I also look at a person's nutrition. You know, nutrition is huge. It's, you know, the old saying, we are what we eat.
That we are what we eat.
Yeah.
Right.
And some of us eat better than others. So, you know, we're really looking at what a person is putting into their body and how it's affecting the physical health.
Okay.
And the emotional, you know, I use flower essences for the emotional piece.
Okay.
So we take our time. It's
Okay.
not like we sit down.
I was going to ask you that because how long are your sessions, you know, typically?
Right. Well, I like to do packages.
Okay.
So the general timeline I like to work with somebody is 3 months.
Okay.
3-month commitment.
Okay.
3 months is generally the amount of time where if you're making proper changes and using the herbs consistently, you see significant results.
Okay.
And usually it's about twice a month for 3 months, so it's 6 sessions.
So they could come in and you check in, find out how they are doing,
and give them something else to do. So
Okay.
we're building the layers. It's not like then and I say, okay, I want you to stop eating this, this, and this, and
Right.
this.
Right.
The whole process is so we don't overwhelm you, so that you actually stick to
right.
the program.
Because right. Like if you eliminate with people who drink coffee, if you eliminate a coffee, so just you can't have it at all. That's the first thing that they're going to want.
Exactly.
They can't, you know, we always want what we can't have.
Yes.
Right?
People do not like being limited by their foods.
No.
That's our comfort.
Right. And as they go through that process and they see how much better they feel after slowly removing certain foods from their diet, right?
Yeah.
Then they, combined with the herbs, then they feel better.
Yeah.
Then when you feel better, you tend to not want those other things that don't make you feel so good. You didn't realize you weren't feeling good.
That's
you
the
didn't
biggest
realize.
thing.
I know you don't realize that you're actually, you know, that's actually making you sick or making you feel bad.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
the biggest thing. I think people come away, like, they're coming to me because they don't feel well, but they don't realize how much better they can feel. And then once they start feeling better, it's like, why would I go back to that lifestyle that I was having? Because this is how I should be living and feeling, and the amount of energy that I have, and wake up and I just want to, you know, be productive and have fun and be joyous, and that's what happens.
Right. And is that, I mean, we all do. I mean, we all want to feel better.
We all do.
You know, we all want to feel better and be happier in our life. You know, we want to feel physically better and emotionally better. And for me personally, on my own journey, is my spiritual journey, is I know that if my emotional health is off, I'm not doing my spiritual work. You know, I'm not, my practice that I do, I don't practice like I want to. And everything gets thrown off balance.
Yes.
And then I start noticing I'm not feeling so good. So sometimes it can work backwards too, right?
Yeah, for sure. It just kind of depends on the person that we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, like physical and emotional, but it's a combination.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, there's no one plan for everyone.
Right.
So my job is to meet you exactly where you are,
Okay.
but also have some space to stretch you. Because we have tendencies to not want to change stuff, even though we want to change
stuff. Right, we
stuff.
say we want to, right. And then
it's
when it actually comes down to the actual work of changing.
It's like, wait, I really love that Diet Coke I drink, and I'm not ready to give that up. And But it's, you know, asking those questions of like, what do you want?
Right, because using, you know, doing this thing is helping to create these other issues that you say that you don't want.
Exactly.
So there's what you don't want and there's what you do want, and something has to give. Eventually, something will give.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't give up that one thing that you're going to hang on to forever. Do you like give them replacements or something? Like give them something else that they could do?
I do, but it also just depends. I mean, sometimes by the time we get to that part of their nutrition, they're already ready to give it up. And if they're not, then, you know, I have a lot of patience because you have to.
Right.
And I have patience, but I also want to stretch the person.
Sure.
So if somebody's really not ready to give up sugar, then I might say, okay, let's try this alternative.
Right.
You can still have sweets.
What would be the alternative?
So like stevia.
Right.
Or date sugar.
Okay.
You know, more healthy versions of white sugar that's really depleted and has nothing to offer to you.
Right.
Except constant cravings.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So I mean, it's a lot of education because some people don't even know that there's alternatives.
Right. See, and I mean, that's why I'm having you on the show today, because I think that I'm interested in holistic health and my own health, you know, in the transitions that I'm going through in my own life. And so it's nice to know that there's alternatives and that there are ways that we can bridge our Western medicine. So you come in with, for me, I can't take hormonal replacement therapy because of other medical issues. And so I'm often looking for the right minerals to take and the right herbs to take so that I'm not suffering.
Yeah.
And, you know, while I'm going through this. And it's been very interesting because some things don't work for me. And, you know, and I've been playing this game of what works and what doesn't work, and is valerian the thing for me to take? And, you know, is it, you know, how do I feel when I'm on it? You know, different herbs that I've been taking. And so it's been really interesting for me to kind of go through this process.
Yeah.
And the work that you do. So when you work with the physical health and the emotional health, what kind of spiritual health, and do you help with that as well? Do you give them?
Yeah, I mean, we can do meditation.
So
yeah, exactly.
I was going to ask you about that. What kinds of things
we
would
could
you
do
offer?
Visualization practices.
Okay. All right.
You know, depending on what somebody wants. Like, let's say somebody is really struggling with stress.
Okay.
You know, I could say, like, let's do this practice together, and I create a visualization for them, or maybe breath work.
Yes.
Just sometimes
because
breathing.
I hold my breath a lot, and I notice that I do. And
yeah, let's breathe.
I know. So I know that when I'm in a high stress place, I'm not breathing.
Right.
You know, I know that I always say, check your breath, Selina, because I'm holding it. And it's, you know, I think I started that when I was a child.
Yeah.
You know, when I had fear or any kind of thing, I would hold my breath. Not consciously, but that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And the minute I take, you know, three deep breaths, and then that just brings me back down into myself.
Yeah.
And I'm present again. But I'll like everything to live right up here. You know, and sometimes I need to get into my body, and breathing is the way to do it.
It's one of the best.
Yes, it's definitely one of the best. And that's how you work with people.
Yeah. So take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. That
you know,
feels good just doing that.
It's just we're not taught those tools.
We're not.
You're right. It's like you go to school and you learn algebra and chemistry, and maybe some people do use those in their jobs, but a lot of people don't.
Right.
And we don't learn like how to breathe and how to meditate and how to eat well and have choice about where you're buying your food. And so that's also part of this journey is, you know, how often do you have somebody sit down with you who's totally focused on you and what results you want to get, and just like nudging you forward?
Well, that's what what a coach will do. But they'll also hold you accountable. You know, and I think, in my coaching practice, that's one of the biggest things is holding people accountable. Yeah. And can be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Sometimes to say, I'm holding you accountable because that was our agreement, was that I would hold you accountable. So here I am, this is what you said you would do, and you say you're doing, so where are you on that track?
Exactly.
And how are you doing along that? How can I help you? How can I assist you in having it, work out for you? Because I hold when I coach, I hold the whole truth for the person. My intention is that they're whole and healed now.
Right.
And I maintain that intention. So it's very interesting. I love that work. Definitely love the work. So you practice here in Los Angeles?
Yep, I have a office in Santa Monica, and I also do a lot of Skype and phone calls for people.
I was going to ask you that. Yeah. So you can work with people all over the world.
Yeah, you can work with anyone. So I have clients that are on the East Coast, clients that are up north from Los Angeles. So I can really be. It's just, the people who come to me are, you have to be really committed to this process. It's not like going to your doctor and saying, can I have a pill to do this?
Right.
And I think what happens is a lot of people who come to me have seen a lot of other practitioners, whether it's doctors or alternative health practitioners. And they come to me understandably with a little mistrust because no one's seen them, no one's really gotten them, no one's given them the results that they really want.
Okay.
And so they come to me a little bit skeptical, and you know, I think part of the reason this happens so often is we have a tendency in our society to try one thing and move on to the next and move on to the next.
Instead of sticking with something for a while.
And this, what I do, you stick to for a while.
Right.
A person generally, after 2 sessions, sees a change.
Right. So it's easy to stick with.
Yeah. But, I mean, the more that you do it, the more, the even greater the amount of health you're going to get.
Oh, great. And so what's up with you? Is there anything new going on?
Well, I'm creating a lot of different packages, some VIP packages for people who want to work with me for a longer period of time. I also have a lot of teleseminars coming up on really basic, like, you know, basic herbal medicine. I'm also going to do a preconception, pregnancy, postpartum program with nutrition and herbs. So there's a lot of courses that'll be coming.
Oh, great, great. Well, thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you so much.
What a wonderful energy you have, and I really enjoyed the information that you shared with us. I write an After the Show blog, and so I will get some of the resources that you spoke about from you, and I will have it on my show after the blog show. Or after the show blog. That's right.
After the show
blog. Right. That's right. Get all the background information. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See you next time.
Bye.